All right, the SAG-AFTRA strike is over, which means I can finally talk about Expendables 4. I know y'all been waiting for so long. Yes, I can finally talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. All throughout the strike, everyone's been asking, Andre, what do you think about this movie? I'm like, can't talk about it. We in a strike. Can you give us a little hint? Can't talk about it. We're in a strike. Now the strike's over. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know what you were thinking I was gonna say. I love this movie. You knew I loved this movie. It was obvious I loved this movie. I just couldn't say anything about this movie. I ain't want Fran Drescher coming after me. Don't get the nanny angry. But now we good, so now I can say this movie good. These are my opinions alone. You feel how you want to feel, you do you. But for me over here, I love this movie. I saw it 3 times in the theater. I just found out it's on Paramount Plus, so I got a subscription now. It is part of the Turtles library. In case you're new to my channel, which if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. But in case you're new to my channel, the reason why this is such a big deal for me is because I am a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I've been following this franchise since the OG 80s cartoon, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power, and I have loved all the animated series and all the movies. Most of them. I'm not even gonna play around. I even watch the Bay Turtles every now and then. I watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. That is how deep I am with this turtle love. I love the action that this franchise brings, the lore, the brotherhood, the comedy, and I love that every version of Ninja Turtles is its own universe they can cross over at any time. And now we get another addition to the franchise with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And I'm warning you now, spoiler alert, this movie been out since August. You had your time. I ain't holding nothing back. It's all coming out. I'm about to milk this movie. I freaking love the animation on this movie, man. I know a lot of people want to compare it to Spider-Verse. It's a fair comparison, but I thought it still did its own thing. Its animation style is so unique to this film, stuff I have not really seen before in other animated movies. You know those random sketches you would do in your notebooks after school or during class? That's what this movie looked like. It looked like those kind of sketches brought to life. When they did those fighting sequences and action sequences, that stuff was fire. That no diggity scene, when they were fighting all the different criminal families to the tune of Black Street, no diggity. The soundtrack in general is fire, but that particular song doing an action sequence with the Ninja Turtles fighting, oh my God, that felt so 90s. And I love how they kept cutting back and forth through the different action sequences. So like when they're going down that hallway, but it keeps flipping back and forth to the other scenes, or when they're doing that circular motion where they're in one spot, but it just keeps changing around them to all the different fighting sequences. Oh, that was beautiful. That was cinema. Come on, Scorsese, you know you had to like that. Oh, good job throwing in Go Ninja, Go on the radio. Appreciate it. That scene with Splinter, Jackie Chan Splinter, when he fought those guards, that thing was fire. He used all the different Turtles weapons throughout that fight, and he killed the dude. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but there's one point where he grabs something, a stick or something, and just like stabs right through a helmet. And I'm like, that went through a dude's face. That dude is dead. We just saw Splinter, a man. Awesome. Do it again. I don't think I didn't notice that because Splinter is being voiced by Jackie Chan, you didn't throw some Jackie Chan type using the environment moves in his fighting sequence. Very nicely played. That car chase scene with all the different mutants and Superfly, and it is set to the tune to the He-Man version of What's Going On. And I say, hey, hey. I say, hey. I freaking love that they used that song, that version of that song. That was so freaking cool. And he tries, and he prays. Oh my God, and I pray. Oh man, this movie. And the turtle tots are so cute. The cute turtle tots with Jerry Curl Afro Splinter Dad. It's so cute.
Ooh. It's nice, right? It's ooze.
I enjoy the cast. The cast of Turtles is great. I know everyone's been talking about they're actual teenagers voicing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Look, don't disrespect the voice actors that came before us, but this voice cast brought it. You know, they did a really good job, and I love the camaraderie together. It's very clear that they worked together because they were able to ad-lib some stuff and do some unique things that made them seem like they were brothers. They were teenagers, they were brothers, they had a camaraderie, they did a great job. This was especially evident in the more emotional moments in this movie because these turtles are going through some stuff, man. Sure, they live in the sewer, sure, they're getting love from their dad, Splinter, but they want to go out in the world. They want to be amongst the humans. They want to be where the people are. They were very Little Mermaid up in this. That feel like the actors that voiced the Turtles did a really good job of making me feel for them when they were not getting what they wanted, and eventually getting what they wanted made me very happy for them. Because they found friends and family amongst humans, and they found friends and family amongst other mutants. Let me get that bacon, egg, and cheese, that bacon, egg, and cheese. Yo, I need that bacon, egg, and cheese with the Bev. You heard? We outside, yeah. And I love Splinter's story in this. He loves the Turtles. He treats them as his sons. He teaches them the art of ninja through YouTube videos and kung fu movies. But I think there's more about Splinter that they're not telling us yet. I think we're gonna learn more about him in sequels. But even though he cares about the Turtles and he wants them to experience human world things, he knows how the humans treated him when he was a mutant rat, and he doesn't want his sons to go through that same pain. He's very overprotective, but he really does care. However, he sees how overprotective he's being when he meets up with Superfly and sees how Superfly is treating his mutant family. Splinter could sometimes just be regulated to the, he's the master, he's the sensei, but like in this, it's like, well, let's give him his arc as well. And I thought that was really cool. And a big shout out to the celebrity voices in this movie because they did voices.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
Sure, with big names like Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, John Cena, Maya Rudolph. You got Jackie Chan up in there. There's so many people, but they brought their A game with their voices. They weren't just phoning it in. I feel like they were actually playing characters in this. And just seeing all these mutants on the big screen that we haven't seen before, like Mondo Gecko, Leatherhead, Wingnut, even classics like Rocksteady and Bebop, even though we saw them in Out of the Shadows. It was just nice to see that the Turtle library of characters was being used throughout this movie, and I hope they keep that up when they make future series and movies. The Turtles got a lot of characters. Let's play around with all of them. Open that thing up like a toy box. I'm really intrigued to see what happens with them because there are some villains in this movie that become heroes that we've not seen as heroes before, like your Rocksteady and Bebops. But there's a new direction of Turtles. Every Turtles is their own universe. I'm gonna see what they do.
What the? Y'all some little tortoises, huh?
Ice Cube, freaking Ice Cube, Superfly. That dude was making me crack up all the time. His rap references whenever he would talk.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Come on.
And I love that Splinter gave his sob story earlier in the movie, talking about how he ran away from the humans when they didn't want to be near him because he was a mutant rat. I love that Superfly was like, the humans didn't like us. And they were like, oh, so that means you were scared and you ran away. And he's like, nah, I whopped them fools. And I was like, dang. Whop, whop. He's molly-whopping me. April O'Neil, played by Iowa Debris. Even though she was a teenager, a high school student in this version of Turtles, I love they still were able to incorporate her being into news and journalism, even if she has to puke while doing it. They even found a way to weave in Channel 6 news. I was like, yeah, I need to see this universe's version of Vernon and Irma. Can we get that, please? What I really appreciated about this movie, this is the first time in a while where people talk to me about a Turtles movie that weren't hardcore Turtle fans. Like usually when I want to talk Ninja Turtles, I got my crew of Turtle fans I always talk to. But outside of that, usually what I hear is the nostalgia for the 1990 movie or the animated series, and that's pretty much it. So for people to just randomly be like, Andre, can we talk about that new Turtles movie that usually don't talk to me about Turtle stuff? That shows that this movie hit a chord with a lot of people, because not only does this movie explore Turtle lore, but it also hits some themes that people can relate to whether they know about Turtles or not, trying to do what's right. Tolerance, acceptance of others, even if they're different from you. Anyone who's ever felt like an outsider or wants to be part of a group but feels like they won't be accepted because they are different, people can relate to that, man. Or maybe just people were just so needing to talk about movies during the strike. They were like, I gotta talk to Andre about this, because I gotta talk to somebody about these Turtles. But either way, I appreciate the Turtle talk that I got from my usual not Turtle people. And that really showed me that this movie expanded beyond the fan base to really be a good movie for a lot of people. That's awesome. So I hope that it's remembered when they bring out the sequel and the animated series and all that stuff. They even threw in some BTS from a K-pop people. I see you, Army. Smooth like butter. I don't even know the words. They're definitely trying some new ideas with the Turtles in this movie, particularly towards the end of this movie. Spoiler alert, the Turtles are known by humans and they go into school and stuff. That's gonna be intriguing. Every universe's Turtles does a different, unique thing, so I'm interested to see how this pans out, because they're gonna have an animated series that comes after this set in the same universe, and then of course a sequel, which they set that sequel up good with that after credit scene. You know who's coming. Tonight I died on turtle soup. And even though we got Cynthia Utrom, she had them crane glasses on. I'm just saying, I think she might be a Krang, but we don't know yet. I wish I had a couple more action scenes. That would have been nice, but it was an origin story. The Leo having a crush on April, it wasn't too bad, but I don't really need that. Let's just let them all be friends. Baxter Stockman, he wasn't in the movie that much, and his design, that was some straight up Jamie Foxx Amazing Spider-Man 2 looks. I'm just saying, I would take Tyler Perry at this point. Comic-Con. Tyler Perry still owe me a check. He played me in that movie, and he knows it.
Beyonce,
Drake, that guy's the goat of all
Love to
time.
have a champagne brunch with Tom
Guy
Brady.
Fieri seems like a fun hang.
And I'm fine with pop culture references. Were some of them a little on the nose, current, might be a little outdated like a week later, sure. But you know what? It's a Gen Z turtle world. We just living in it. This movie got Riz or whatever. Is that what you call it? But it definitely got that Riz, man. He got a little something. That dude was sucking bug. It's a really good movie. It's a really good version of Turtles. Do I want to see other versions of Turtles? Do I want to see a darker, more mature Last Ronin type Turtles? Absolutely. I can have that too. Give me all the Turtles. If we can have Marvel Spotlights and DC Elseworlds, we can have Turtle IDWs in motion. That work on the title. We'll work on the title. And the best thing about this movie, Turtles merch are back in stores, baby. I can buy more turtle toys like I need more, but I'll take them. I'll buy them. Absolutely love this movie. We'll definitely watch again and again and again and again. The Turtles are back. Black Nerd is back. Technically I never left, but now I'm back. Cowabunga, Mutant Mayhem, Heroes in a Half Shell. That's my talk.